Okay, so this is probably going to be one of my most important videos that I ever put out ever, because everything starts and ends in the mind. Our entire life is a outwards cast of how we perceive reality and what we believe to be true. Everything starts and stops with our belief system. Nothing, we cannot achieve anything past our belief system, because you can technically achieve it, but you will lose it. It will slip right through your hands if you do not believe that you're the person that's supposed to be living that life. You won't be able to sustain it. Your belief system is everything. We're going to get into what the belief system is, what are limiting beliefs, because that is so crucial. That those terms get thrown around a lot and nobody really understands them in a way that that resonates with them and changes the way you see the world. And that is my goal with all of these videos, is to have this resonate with you in the way that it resonates with you. Not in the way that it resonates with me, but it needs to flip the switch in you in the way it's meant to do for you, and hold the weight it's supposed to for you. But we're going to talk about what all these terms mean. But this is so important. The good thing is that your beliefs are programmable, they're changeable, they're fixable. At any point in time, you can, keyword, decide to start believing in something else, to start buying into a different timeline of your life, to start buying into a different reality. You can believe something else. So this is now these are topics that are they sound simple, but the more you sit on them, the heavier they weigh and the deeper they become. So a lot of these I'm still meditating on after years. But the thing I want to start off with is that your mind is a computer. It's this incredibly complex, incredibly powerful computer. And computers are programmed with inputs. We feed it algorithms and however computers are made, and then it spits out stuff. In this case, your brain spits out your thoughts, your speech, your actions, your subconscious actions, so on and so forth. It's programmable, and I want that to excite you because you can program it how you see fit. See, you think you understand how powerful a brain is. I don't understand how powerful a brain is, because it's talking to itself. Just think about that. The brain right now, my brain is talking about itself. It's so weird. It's inconceivable. And this is important for a couple of reasons, which I'll get to in a second, but I hope that gives you hope that your brain is programmable, because when you start taking accountability for that, when you start taking responsibility for that and for your life, you start to realize that, okay, I can pick my goal and then program all I got to do is program my brain to take me to that goal. Most people are trying to do goals, achieve goals that are outside of themselves. They don't want to, they want the goal, they want the money, the relationship, whatever it is, but they don't want to have to become the person. They don't want to have to go through the ups and downs of programming the mind to become the person. But I promise you, if you focus on that piece, on reprogramming your mind, well, the mind will take care of everything else. It's that powerful. The conscious mind, the subconscious mind, so on and so forth. You will start attracting things that resonate with you, that are conducive to your success. You will reject things that are not conducive to your success. You will lose an appetite for things that aren't for you. And that's I think when I talk about creating the unstoppable entrepreneur, someone who exists at the intersection of energy and entrepreneurship. Now, let's talk about limiting beliefs. So notice how, I touched on the fact that this brain is this incredibly complex organ that we still don't fully understand, this computer that can be programmed. And when you think you understand it, you really don't. The more you understand it, the more you realize you really don't understand it. We are infinite beings. What does that mean? We can go through an infinite number of phases, versions of ourselves, cycles of ourselves, interests, ways of speaking. We can hold an infinite amount of knowledge had it not been for us dying or things like old age, dementia, things like that. We can continue to store this. Our brain doesn't just hold a terabyte of information. It has a limitless capacity, and that's just the brain. But our energy, right? Our capability to do things in this world, our potential is limitless. Nobody, not even, not the Nikola Teslas or the Elon Musk or whoever you want to cite, the Albert Einsteins of the world, has ever truly fulfilled their potential. It's a path. right? But so we're infinite beings. So the brain is a physical organ designed to keep us alive and designed to help us navigate through this 3D physical reality. Therefore, the brain is not meant to be infinite in its nature. And so you're always going to have it's designed to be optimized and efficient, right? It needs to work efficiently to keep you alive and to have you to give you the best possible chances of success in whatever endeavor or situation you are in right now. It works in the present. With that being said, you are always going to have limiting beliefs. So we're touching on what are limiting beliefs. Before I even really define that, but we're always going to have limiting beliefs. People are trying to eradicate their limiting beliefs. We got to switch that language, because you don't eradicate limiting beliefs. You decide to adopt new beliefs, right? You decide to adopt new beliefs, or you decide to better your relationship with your beliefs. But because the brain the brain itself is limited in nature in terms of how it can grasp and process and conceptualize this universe we're in. So you're always going to have limiting beliefs, because we need to set the frame for what for what we're doing and what we're in, the most efficient frame for our endeavor right now. That's how the brain is thinking and working. Let me just keep this person alive, and let me just use the only amount of output and power necessary to get them to go where we need to go. Now, limiting beliefs are beliefs that you cannot achieve a certain thing, or beliefs that you, how do I say it? Limiting beliefs here. So in the simplest way to define this, a limiting belief is a belief that just holds you back, or a belief that restricts you in some sort of way. Very, very loose term. Doesn't give us much reason to care. However, when it comes to when it starts to get in the way of our goals, then it becomes really detrimental. When it starts to affect how we see ourselves and how we feel about ourselves and stop us from living a beautiful life, then it starts to become very detrimental. Now, if you notice, children, the closer they are to being newborns, so think of toddlers, because they can actually walk and blab and stuff like that. They really don't have limiting beliefs of what they should or should not do, or of who they are and who they are not. They're just literally souls in a body with no programming. And they walk around seeing the world in all its bright colors, and they'll jump on top of a dinner table, and they'll jump off like they have no limiting beliefs. No, you should not do this, or you should do this. And then over time, as we grow and we become adults, we were programmed with things through our environment, through our upbringing, through parents, through friends, where we grew up, the house we grew up in, so on and so forth. All these things, directly or indirectly, overtly or subtly, told us what we are, how we're supposed to think, how we're supposed to see the world, how we're supposed to feel, how we're supposed to talk, so on and so forth. And these things affected what we now know as our self-esteem. Number one thing, our self-esteem, our self-worth. And these things affect how confident we are in asking for a raise, or how confident we are in asking for money, or building a business, or how risk averse we are, or how risk inclined we are. And all of those things shaped what is the past story of your life, everything in the story of your life leading up until now. And now moving forward, I'm going to tell you this: it does not matter. None of that stuff matters anymore. Stop bringing it over here. We're going to leave it over there. This moment in time right now is to rewrite a new story in our book of life. Moving forward, we are going to write every chapter, and we're going to start by saying, this is how this life goes. I become X, Y, and Z. I help X, Y, and Z. I support X, Y, and Z. I live a beautiful life. I live in X location, in Y house. Like, we're going to write the chapters of our lives. We're going to write the themes of our lives, and the play-by-plays will change. The universe will organize itself the moment you write that thing down on paper. But the themes, we are going to cast into reality. Limiting beliefs are not the issue. It's how our relationship is with these beliefs. These beliefs, how much do we buy into them? And do we choose to keep bringing them on? I'll tell you this. So, as many of you know, I did a lot of work in hypnotherapy. Worked with a lot of successful people, a lot of great people. And I will tell you this, You can decide to stop believing in something the same way people decide to stop believing in a religion. You can decide to stop believing in something, but most people defend their traumas. They defend limiting beliefs. They defend the very things that hold them back by decision. You know what? Why? You know why? Because people, see how I said we can be programmed? People do not realize that they can make choices. And everything about this carefully crafted human design society from the up down is meant to take away your choices. It's meant to get you to forget that you can decide and choose who you are and what you believe in. It's meant to tell you what you believe in, to tell you who you are. All the social media stuff, it's meant to keep you comparing yourself to other people and all these things. They want you to forget that you can just decide. Your brain is that powerful that you can decide that today's a new day, that I'm a new person. I decided that I was an entrepreneur. Literally in my head. I was like, no, that's what I am now. That simple. And then I start, obviously, it feels like a lie and you start playing the role, but you have to act and pretend, because if that's what it takes to get to move your mind in a different direction, well, that's what it takes. So as much as I'm talking about limiting beliefs, I'm really not spending that much time on that topic because it doesn't really matter anymore. What you need to know is that these are things that people keep holding on to like a soap opera. Let's drop all that and let's decide to start building things and doing things of significance. That's what we're here for. Like 90% of my success with clients is because I just don't allow them to talk about the negative stuff after the first session. We just start talking about the future. We start scripting out the future. And because I know that the more time we can spend in future-oriented conversation, that becomes the new wavelength of their brain, the new wavelength that they speak on and operate on. And so we don't need to get all emotional and sad and down about limiting beliefs and, I have this limiting belief that I can't escape. No, the moment you decide that that's not your limiting belief anymore, your brain, that is like a new muscle that your brain is working out now, and it will start to move itself in a different direction. It will start to optimize for what you are saying. If I tell myself something, it programs my brain operates, and my brain begins to speak out things on that wavelength I'm operating on, and then I can decide to say something different. And it's a sequel. It's AI. Our brain is like AI. AI is artificial intelligence, meaning it is modeled after the brain. We can program ourselves. AI can program itself. We can program ourselves. Let's stop the talk about limiting beliefs as though they define us, right? The most we need to do is identify our limiting beliefs relative to what we're trying to do, write them down on a piece of paper, cross them out, and then write down what you choose to believe. Literally, so when we talk about how to overcome limiting beliefs, this is the simplest thing. Supporting your, number one is the decision to believe in something else, but number two, supporting that. Let's say it's a money goal or a relationship goal, but let's use money for now because it's a simple example. Write down all your limiting beliefs related to money. I only believe I can make X amount a month, or I believe I have to go to school to make X amount a month, or whatever it is. Or I believe I can't charge more than X dollars per client. Look at it. Now this is going to take some balls, but look at it, cross it out, and right beside it, write what you decide to believe. If it's I can only make $10,000 a month, right, cross it out and then write I'm fully capable of making $1 million a month. And you're not there yet in this reality, but in your energetic and mental reality, as soon as you write that thing down and put a period at the end of it, you're there. And this life plays catch up to you. This life organizes itself to you. I want you to realize and understand how powerful you are. You are commanding the universe. You are organizing the universe. You say something and the universe goes, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am, and starts getting on it. And with the way our brain perceives time, it might take a while. It might take a few months, few years, few weeks, whatever it is. It does not matter. The universe is organizing itself in the most efficient way possible. Let it do its thing. You are at the forefront of this. You are sitting on the throne of this, and the universe is at your mercy. It's at your service. That is your power. That is your power. And you just need to allow yourself a few small wins to be able to really prove that to yourself. Because I know you might not fully believe in that right now, but everything you've created in your life, you've manifested. You've gone through that process of saying the thing, letting the universe do its thing, and then it comes forth. And however it surfaces, and however it shapes up and manifests, you are at the forefront of this thing. You are the master of your life. No belief is beyond you. No belief is outside of you. No belief is too big for you to change. This is all within you, within the circle that is you. All these beliefs are here. Let's decide what we want to keep in this circle that we call ourselves, and what we want to reject, what we want to evolve. We are it. It starts and ends with you, and it starts and ends in your mind. You are powerful beyond measure. Hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments. See you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.